Hey Blades fans, welcome back to Hertz Arena and another Florida Everblades pregame show. I'm Hannah Jo Groves alongside Jake Maurice. Jake, we got the win on Wednesday night 4-2 against the Tahoe Night Monsters. A lot of guys back from injury, Andrew Fighton, Kate Landry, Logan Lambden, a lot of heavy hitters for us. What did you see from them on Wednesday?
Well, those new guys were just so happy to be back out there, especially Andrew Fighton. You missed 32 games. You're going to be excited to get back on the ice first chance you get. And he comes through, gets an assist on the game's first goal for Florida. His shot almost went in on its own, and Kyle just had to dive out to put it the rest of the way home. And talking with him, talking with Lambden, they were both really happy that they could get back home or get back out there on home ice in front of their fans, give them a little extra juice, and they kept it going throughout the game. They weren't shying away from physical contact, weren't scared coming off an injury, which was great to see, and can't wait to see him back out there again tonight.
So that first period was explosive. 5 goals, and then in the second period, nothing. So what did you see from the Everblades when they got back on the ice that second period?
I think both teams, but Florida more noticeably, made adjustments. I mean, it's the first time they'd ever seen each other, right?
Yeah.
So no matter how much work you do in the video room, how much you think you're prepared, you're not really going to know what you're going to get until those guys are on the ice facing off against each other. So there were more just open looks. Both of Tahoe's goals came on rebounds where their guy was alone out front of the net, no defender on him. Florida put a real emphasis on that going forward in the rest of the game. And the Night Monsters offense slowed down quite a lot in the second and even in the third period when they were down early in the third by 2 after Nurse got that insurance marker.
Beautiful goal.
The offense from Florida was still the one that was pressuring, even though it was Tahoe down by 2, and they're the ones that needed goals to get back in the game. They really didn't get anything going until they had that 6-on-5 time at the end of the game.
Well, so I wanted to ask you, too, because it seemed like a lot of frustration mounted at the end of the game. There was fighting. Very uncommon in hockey, I know.
Shocking
we all know,
at this level.
But right at the end, it got really aggressive. Logan Lambden even got in on it, and really everybody did. How much of a role does that play in tonight's game, potentially?
Well, we did. So we saw the fight in the second period, but that was more so Anthony Collins just trying to get his team started as they were a little bit slow. In the third, that was certainly frustration boiling over. And here tonight, for this one, I would say that early on, it might not show up right away, but once we get a couple goals into the game, especially if there's a multi-goal lead again and there's a frustrated offense, that's where we could see a lot of that. Or if there's another situation like Collins trying to jumpstart his team, or someone on Florida trying to do the same. And it's important to remember that even though this is the first year of Tahoe's existence, a lot of their guys from last year played on South Division teams, like Savannah or South Carolina. They're coming in to this series remembering how much they don't like the Blades.
They've played the Blades before. Yeah, they know how it is. Okay. Well, so let's get into how we're going to get that multi-goal lead. Give us the direct effect marketing 3 keys of the game.
Well, we just talked about physicality. This is going to be a physical game, and not just in terms of after the whistle stuff. You got to be ready to win board battles, go into the corners, get into the dirty areas to get some greasy goals and get your team those multi-goal leads. Second off, the Blades were great at slowing down Tahoe, particularly in the second and third period. Want to keep that going. Tahoe is a lethal team when they've got speed in their game, so keeping them slow, it keeps them away from their best hockey. And then finally, we've talked a lot about rush defense this year, but the Florida Everblades rush offense was really good on Wednesday. 3 of their goals came off the rush, so I'd love to see that continue on here tonight for another win against Tahoe.
Yeah, maybe the game will go faster as a whole. It was a little slow on Wednesday, so we might see some accelerated pace tonight.
Perhaps.
But hopefully the Blades can stop the Night Monsters. All right, next up, warm-ups, and then we will have the Tahoe Night Monsters versus your Florida Everblades. We'll see you soon.